In-depth coverage of the top stories and breaking news when it happens. News Radio 1080 KRLD.
Is it possible to trademark a number? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. That is at the heart of a complaint filed with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office by none other than NFL MVP Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens. Have you heard about this?
Oh, yeah, it's a crazy story, but I'm siding with one guy very strongly here. Keep going.
Lamar Jackson either owns or has applied for several trademarks using his number, 8, in various charities and business ventures and such. There's just one problem with that. Troy Aikman currently sells a beer called 8. Because that was his number. And he also sells all sorts of merchandise with that logo on it. So which of these two NFL greats should have the rights to the number 8? Should anyone have the rights to a number? So let's bring in an expert in this area. It's the man they call the patent professor, and he really is a professor, too, at the Nova Southeastern Law School in Florida. John Rizvi joins us right now. John, good morning.
Good morning. It's always a pleasure to be here.
I am reminded of the legal dispute years ago over the word "the" when Ohio State University said that they had the rights to it because of the way they insist on calling themselves the Ohio State University.
Yeah, exactly. And this thing, every couple of years it comes up again, and the question of can anyone own, in that case the word "the," in this case the number 8. Donald Trump, if you recall, at one point tried to file for a trademark on "you're fired," and the question comes up: what can you get a trademark on? So under trademark law, anything that identifies the source of a good or service can be protected, and it typically we think of words or names or even logos, but believe it or not, you can trademark a color, the specific. Blue, for example, and a Klondike ice cream, they have a trademark on that. You can trademark sounds. The NBC chime is trademarked. You can trademark a smell. Several perfumes have their smell trademarks. So anything that identifies one specific product or service, a manufacturer or the source of a product or service can be trademarked. And that's what happened here is Lamar Jackson filed for several trademarks. One is U8 yet for restaurant services, and then others are Era 8, and there's a lot of them for clothing and hats and bags. And the other thing is trademarks are field specific, so the same, the exact same word or mark or color can be protected by two completely different companies. Dove for chocolate is a different trademark than Dove for beauty products, and they both coexist. Delta for an airline versus Delta faucets. They both have rights to Delta, but in different categories. The problem here is that the categories that Lamar Jackson has applied for are overlapping with the number 8 that Troy Aikman has applied for his mark. And one difference is he spells out, instead of a numerical number 8,
right,
he spells it out, EIGHT. But under under domain names, that might be fine. But trademark law is about consumer confusion, and Lamar Jackson feels that spelling it out is not enough, that his customers are still going to be confused and possibly buy Troy's products or his beer, associating it with Lamar.
Do we know, who was using it first, and does that even make a difference in these kinds of cases?
That makes a huge difference, and I know you guys may have a favorite as to who you believe should be entitled, and there's a lot of this feeling in trademark law, well, who deserves it more? And some would say, Troy Aikman, he was winning Super Bowls while Lamar Jackson was not even born, and therefore, he's got way more usage. He's had the number 8 jersey for much longer, but none of that matters if he's not selling goods or services. That's trademark law is all about commerce. So if you're not using it in commerce, then it doesn't matter who's been using it. It happens to have a jersey with that. There's several in sports. I mean, oh my God, look how many. Steve Young for the San Francisco 49ers has a number 8. The New York Jets has Aaron Rodgers. But in this case, Lamar Jackson filed first. He filed earlier, and that gives him a tremendous advantage. And the trademark office is going to give preference to whoever files first and protect them from confusingly similar trademarks filed in the future.
Very interesting. John, listen, we really appreciate the time. This is very interesting. So it is possible what you're saying, Troy Aikman could be forced to change the name of his beer?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh.
Just for anyone that's still wondering whether a number can be trademarked, Nike has the number 23 trademark for hats, T-shirts, sweatshirts, and that's based on their relationship with Michael Jordan. So there's good precedent. So Lamar Jackson is not not doing something unheard of in trying to get exclusive rights to 8.
John, very interesting. Thanks so much, and we appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again soon. That's the patent professor,